So I joined the Scarce SMP. The Scarce SMP is a server created by a person named Scarce. I just remembered that this is called the Content Creator SMP, so I pretend I said content, not Scarce in the beginning. Please. Anyway, a few days ago, Scarce's new SMP became active, and it was the first day. And I'm just gonna be telling you some stuff that happened from my point of view of this. First, we all spawned into the world. Scarce had told us beforehand for all of us to stay at spawn, because apparently we were gonna do some sort of screeny thing, I don't know. I got interrupted multiple times during this, and when I did come back, I started gathering resources from trees, and I was the first to make an axe, I think. I had almost become the first to die when the server just started by provoking Flame by attacking him by pushing him off the tree. But Scarce had turned off friendly fire before we actually started killing each other. After all of that was done, we all went our separate ways and began trying to find places to make our bases. I had wanted to live in a mountain, and that ended up being a bad decision, since I had ended up dying like 1,000 times to a bunch of monsters in a mountain. It took a long time to clear those out, but after a while I was able to get rid of all the mobs. Unfortunately, I was dumb and I didn't cover up that hole, well, as you could see in that footage, and, well, that ended up being my downfall later on. After I'd finished my base, I had went to meet up with Flame and Thigh High Gamer, also seen as the Iron Cart. They had been planning some sort of black market. They were selling drugs. But this had ended up being a bad decision going with them, because this had ended up with them mugging people when they didn't pay for these drugs that they got. There were a lot of scamming happening, and this had not been a good thing. And, well, things started going downhill from this moment on. Flame had miraculously somehow managed to start the first conflict on the SMP. On the first day. I found out eventually that Scarce had scammed Flame out of 10 iron ingots, and with Flame being very pissed about that, he had threatened to kill his whole team. The first one he would be going after being me. I eventually relocated somewhere else, since it wasn't really safe since Flame knew where my base was, and that I didn't really want to live in a place that had 1,000 mobs anymore. It wasn't a good decision. I had ended up placing my chests, furnaces, and crafting table in a bad position, but it didn't really matter. It wasn't that obvious, I think. No one's gonna notice, I hope. But other than all of that stuff, my base, it ended up coming out actually pretty good. And maybe I'll be able to stay there a bit longer this time. Maybe more than a day, but we'll see. We'll see if we actually get to stay in that base longer this time. So that was day 1 of the Scarce SMP. The leader of a drug cartel is after us. We befriended a slime man. There's an axolotl there too. And a lot of other stuff. And we have no idea if Jascal is here or on the SMP yet. I don't know. Hey, you actually watched this to the end. Nice. But you should subscribe. I'm planning on making a lot more content like this, and I have a lot of fun making this kind of content. I really do. And there'll be more stuff to come, I hope. So you should subscribe. It helps me make more content like this, so it knows people are actually watching my videos and not just me. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking now. Goodbye.